y'all just two white girls talking bullshit
Very
because
true.
y'all not coming to no barbecues.
But
You
the
can't come
problem
into
is,
Atlanta.
is that then we get split as our own community as Black women because some are like, I'm good with Alabama. I'm good with them. It's totally fine. She could be my friend. And then that's where I have this big problem because now I'm not only arguing or I already have this distaste for the white girl doing this. Now I have to have distaste against my own because you want to let her in so bad. And you telling me it's cool to let her in. And then that's the problem with young people in hip hop. We want to let everybody in. Everything is cool. I mean, I know specific people who allow white people to say the N word because it don't mean nothing. Like ignorance is cute at this point. So
Damn. Okay.
that's
Okay.
another conversation.
Oh, it's definitely part of this conversation because it's relevant. But but damn, you know what? Hey yo,
What
Bobby
up?
May, brother,
What up,
you
son?
did a good job, man.
No,
Brother to brother. Now I'm talking
no,
about on the
come on.
scholarly shit. Like, nah, seriously. Yeah, hey, yo. I'm talking about your half of the teaching. You did a good job, brother. Not that I ever
Uh,
doubted you. Because
yeah.
the hip hop shit is real.
Oh
Like,
yes, we argue all the time. Like, yeah,
of
trust
course
me,
you're
we
gonna
argue all
argue,
the
but
time. We argue
when
all
all
the
right,
time.
when you was in your 20s, weren't you gonna have arguments? Yeah, I think so. Cause we was in our 20s. That would be like the golden era, 93, 94, 97. Like that's our
Mm,
intro. That wasn't even our introduction into hip hop. That was just when it started going mainstream.
yeah, yeah.
People started, hearing about, Biggie and Wu Tang and Tupac and, the West Coast had just exploded. They didn't know shit about Outkast yet, but they was out,
Hmm.
91. They was young, 91, 92. They was out there. The whole Dungeon family, all of them.
But see, the thing is, right? When you know the culture, you understand. Like for instance, for white versions in hip hop, because white people have been in hip hop for years. I mean, the
Forever.
Beastie Boys,
Word.
um, Third Base. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
been here, and like they were in the era when bars and everything mattered or whatever. And I mean, like Beastie Boys didn't really have bars, but they had the music. They 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 more so was the like a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, they
they was
definitely
into
was
the
lifestyle part.
graffiti. They
Mm-hmm.
was doing, they was back then doing skates and shit, like skateboard shit. You know what
They
I'm
was the
saying?
skateboard cats, right?
Yeah. So like they was into that shit and doing that shit. So like she said earlier, it do come back around because then you start now you see Wayne and them. They got into skateboarding. They doing their thing, whatever, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it recycles. It recycles and comes back and in a different way with different styles and different fashions to it. But again, if you know the culture, then you understand that. You know what I'm saying? You understand it. So when you see, for instance, like she said, these two white girls is on here, whatever, whatever. I mean, they infatuated with the culture. So you know what I mean? We once we allowed the doors to be open to the culture and shared it with everybody, it's very hard to pick and choose until now to say, yo, you're appropriating our color. We appropriate. We let them in. We gave them the insight to the culture. We gave them our word. Dudes wrote books, the code and shit. I mean, it's nonstop.
Dudes.
You know what I'm saying? Like they literally gave them the answers to shit, like telling them everything. So they feel like they're in it. Then when you get into the debate of, okay, is Eminem the greatest rapper? He the goat. And then
No.
you hear people say, then you'll hear you'll hear somebody like you'll hear a dude like Lord Jamar say, no, he's a visitor. He can never be that. And you had to sit back and think like, okay, that is true because but even though you grew up in the hood and all that, because in certain hoods, growing up in the projects, there might be that white family in the hood. They might be the only white family in the hood in the projects, but they grow up with you. So they live the life. You know what I'm saying? They live the life as well. They understand the life as well, and they were able, to adapt and shit like that. And that's what he did. He liked it. He did. Is he the best MC? Of course not. Not to me, at least. I don't
He's not. No, he's not the best MC, but
see
he definitely grew up in the culture. He's
culture.
not a
Yeah,